If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, November 12th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Todd Schmitz is a nominee for Coach of the Year at this year's Golden Goggle Awards, and for good reason. He's guided Missy Franklin to tons of international success in the past 3 years and helped the Colorado Stars rise in prominence nationally, with other swimmers performing well in that program. Tiffany Elias caught up with Schmitz at the recent Eastern States Coaches Clinic in New Jersey to glean some nuggets of wisdom from him. We posted an article about this interview a few weeks ago, but it was so good we wanted to highlight it on the Morning Swim Show as well.
Swimming World TV here with Todd Schmitz at the Eastern States Coaches Clinic, and you just finished your first talk, which we'll jump right into it, was teaching coaches how to properly taper.
Yeah.
Walk us through talk number one.
Well, I think a lot of people probably came into this talk thinking that I was going to give them the magic pill. There's no magic pill in tapering, and I think that tapering is a product of what you've done through the whole process in the season. And really learning to know how to listen to your athletes and listening to their bodies, and kind of teaching them that all the way along, so that when taper truly comes around, you're in tune with what the athlete's doing and the athlete's in tune to their body, so that you can make adjustments through. And my key message is, you're going to have good tapers and bad tapers. You got to learn from every one of them. And I talk about 2009, I won 2 junior national championships on the short course and long course side, on the girls' side. I love those tapers. The 6 girls and 4 girls were firing on all cylinders. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to replicate that in the last couple of years. Not that I haven't tried, but it just depends on the mix of athletes you have in the pool and what you can do with them. And so that's why every taper is going to be different.
So when you have such a large group, do you personally taper the individuals, or do you have group tapers? How do you break that up when you have different swimmers needing different types of taper?
Great question. And actually, I'd say 85 to 90% of the taper is going to be standard to everybody, because we've all really done the same amount of work and the same work through the season. That 10 to 15% is where the special touches come in, and being able to adjust for an athlete. Maybe they're swimming the mile, or maybe they're not swimming the mile. And so you're able to adjust and give each athlete those personal touches as you get closer to that big meet, so that you're kind of tweaking each one of them individually in. But at the end of the day, 85 to 90% of the taper is going to be standard for everybody, because you're all doing the same work. And so I don't think that you should have to think that you're going to have to write 30 different taper workouts. Most of the time you're going to write one taper, and then you're going to adjust kind of the volume and the intensity based on the athlete.
So swimming's such a difficult sport that when you don't hit your taper, it's that people feel like it's a whole season down the drain. What do you tell your swimmers when they don't hit their taper and it's just not coming together in that final meet?
Well, you know what? I think that's what really makes a good coach. Is I think it's easy to deal with an athlete that hits their taper and they're happy-go-lucky and they're loving life. I think where a swim coach truly gets better is when they're dealing with an athlete that has not had a good taper. And at the end of the day, that's one of those teachable moments where we get to teach life lessons. And everything in life is not going to always go as planned, and just because we have a goal and we've done everything for it, we don't always reach those goals. And so I think being able to teach those life lessons, and that 16, 17, 18-year-old athlete's probably not going to understand what you're saying to them right then, but 5, 10, 15 years down the road, they're truly going to understand that it was about the journey and not the destination, and all the things that they learned along the way. As adults, we truly get that in perspective. When they're younger, they don't. And so you just try and teach those lessons so that eventually they're going to come around to it and they're going to really learn that it was a lesson.
So tomorrow you're giving a second talk, and it's about creative ways to make practice fun. How important is it to you to make sure practice is creative and fun for your swimmers on a regular basis?
Number one, I think that swimming's got to remain fun at no matter what age. And that definition of fun has to evolve. When you're 8 and under, you walk into a meet and you want to win a trophy as big as you. Well, we all know that as we get older in this sport, they typically don't even give out trophies anymore to the older age groups. And so if you're externally motivated by trophies and things like that, or getting your name in the paper, then you're in the wrong sport. And when you get older in swimming, it's got to be about that internal motivation, and it's about that drive and making yourself a better person every day, because your name is not going to be in the paper as much as the football player or the basketball player. And at the end of the day, that's probably what makes swimmers pretty good workers in life moving forward, is that, you know, you walk into a job interview and you tell somebody that you were a swimmer, there's just an understanding of kind of the work and what you've done in the past.
Okay, so what are some examples of ways that you keep it fun and creative?
Well, for instance, at the beginning of every workout, every kid gets to throw their goggles from the end of the lane and they try and hook it on the flags. Okay, I've told them this year I added a new one. If they hook it on the far flags from the start end, if they hook it on the far flags, we'll do a 500 and leave. Okay. There's a couple kids that try that. Most of them just try and hook the close flags to 5 yards out. And what I say is, if they hook them on the first try every day, then I'll take something off a workout. Of course, yesterday when I'm not there, my assistant coach texts me and she goes, "Really? They just hooked the flags and you're not here?" You know, but that's just fun, and it kind of gets them, they want to be on deck ready to go, because I've told them, I said, the goggle toss only works is if you're doing it before time starts. If time starts and you throw the goggles and they hook, it doesn't count. So just trying to think of little things like that that's going to motivate them to get there on time, be prepared. And, you know, it's something, you know, some people would never think of, but you know what? They love it and they giggle and laugh and have a good time with it every day.
Okay, lastly, why are these clinics important for coaches to attend?
You know what? Because I think that you're going to get in an intimate setting with both athletes and coaches. You're going to be able to ask some really kind of down-to-earth questions that you're going to be able to implement with some of your athletes. You know, and when I come and speak at these clinics, my goal is to give every single coach in there, no matter who they are, if they're a new coach or if they've been coaching for 30 years, I want them to walk out of this clinic with something tangible that they can put into workout on Monday. And maybe it's dealing with athletes, maybe it's a workout example that I gave or a set that I gave. But you know what? I think, like I said in my talk, the day that I think I know everything about swimming is the day that I'm going to quit this job, because I think that's the best thing about it. And with technology now, and you can start seeing underwater video, I think that this is a sport that you can always be learning.
All right, well, thank you for sharing, and glad you're here this year.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Tiffany, and a special thanks to Todd for taking the time to talk to us. Thanks to you as well for watching us on today's edition of the Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings, and we'll see you tomorrow.